Jim Dandy Stakes picks. Welcome to Old Horse Racing All the Time. I'm Alan, your host. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly how I see the race unfolding from start to finish, who I see as the most likely winner and most likely second place, and also how I'll be playing the trifecta. So let's get started. The 2025 Jim Dandy Stakes, mile and an eighth, G2 race, Saratoga, the time and the place. It's going to be a dandy, Jim Dandy, no pun intended. How do I see this race starting out? Okay, we got 5 entries. Of course, we have the Kentucky Derby winner in there, Sovereignty, and he also won the Belmont Stakes at Saratoga. So he has experience at the track. The second, he opens 2-5. Now, the second choice is Baeza, who finished 3rd in the Derby, 3rd in the Belmont Stakes here at Saratoga. He's the second choice at 3-1. Okay, is it that cut and dry? Should Sovereignty be a 2-5 favorite? Let's see how the race starts, how it unfolds from start to finish, and then I'll give you my selections for my most likely winner and such. And Moplex number 3, he opens 10-1. The thing with Moplex is he looks to be the lone speed. And as most of you horse racing horse players know, lone speed, even with long shots, can carry at Saratoga. So let's see what happens. Okay, at the start, and they're off at Saratoga. Moplex number 3, guns to the lead. Now, if he goes, his game plan is going to be catch me if you can, take him as long as you can, as far as you can. And he showed he can carry some distance at Thistledown in his last race. So can he do it at Saratoga? He'll go to the front. Who's running second? Baeza, the 3-1 shot, is on the rail. Now, Baeza, he's getting spotted 4 pounds from Sovereignty. So he's on the rail. He has good speed, tracking speed. He can go towards the front, or he can lay back and press the leader a bit. And that's what I expect him to be doing. He'll be saving ground on the inside, on the rail, tracking Moplex. Running third will be Sovereignty. He's going to have to go a little bit quicker today, probably than he's used to, because he does not want to allow Moplex to get too far away. So I see him running third. Running fourth, Sandman, number 2. Okay, he's actually the third choice. He'll be running behind Sovereignty and moving along there. And the deepest closer of them all, Chad Brown's number 4, Hill Road, will be tracking the field. Now, Hill Road, out of the 3 closers, Sandman, Sovereignty, and Hill Road, he is actually the purest deep closer. And he does have, at least by the charts, by the numbers, the biggest closing kick, and he'll probably be tracking the field, running in last. Now they run down the backstretch. Moplex still holding on to the lead. Baeza starting to get a bit closer. A thing about Baeza, by the third graph numbers, he has a couple of zeros in there. The lower the number, the faster the race. And Sovereignty is coming off a couple of zeros. And so basically, they're just as fast as each other. Okay, that takes into account win, ground loss, etc. So Baeza, $1.2 million horse, is tracking Moplex. Sovereignty is still grinding away, hanging on there in third. Okay, probably starting to make his move a little bit, but it's getting later in the race. Sandman starts to go into his kick. Now, he actually has the slowest closing. He's a closer, but he has the least imposing closing kick of the 3 closers. So he's kind of struggling now. He's starting to move a little bit, and Hill Road, still tracking in 5th, is starting to make his move, patented move, coming on late. And one thing about Baeza, he has a beautiful thoroughbred pattern. He had back-to-back zeros, very low fast races in the Belmont Stakes where he was a little bit ranked, wasn't quite himself, wasn't going as quick early. He regressed, but he regressed to a 1. Went back a bit slightly. Now, I've seen some experts out there talking about Baeza, even thoroughbred players, who sees the 2 zeros and the 1, and they say, okay, he had his zeros. Now he moved back a little bit. Now he's starting to go the wrong way. Hogwash. Here's the deal. That's a beautiful pattern by Baeza. In thoroughgraph, that's known as an XXO, meaning X is being your fastest race, O meaning you regress a bit. In XXO 001, in Baeza's case, now they tend to off an XXO pattern, they can expect good possibility that they will shoot forward now. They will shoot back not only to their best race, the zeros for Baeza's case, but he might go negative numbers now. So that's an XXO pattern for you sheep players out there. Okay, so they're coming around. Now they're starting to head for home. Here's the thing. Sovereignty's starting to make his move. No doubt with Baeza breaking from the rail and Moplex taking the early lead, probably heading towards the rail. Sovereignty is going to have to go wide, lose a little bit of ground. Now he's running out of his element already, having to go faster than he should have. At this point, Sandman has to swing even wider. Okay, so he's starting to get gassed. And meanwhile, Hill Road, running in fifth, is starting to make up ground. Yeah, he might have to go wide, but he might not have to if the others are drifting out a bit. He might be able to stay inside. Okay, now they turn the corner, they're heading for home. Still hanging on in front, Moplex, as they head for home off the turn. Baeza now, he has to go a little bit wide. Is he going to wait is he going to stay inside and go wide as he comes down to the stretch? That remains to be seen. But he's not going to have to go that wide. He's starting to make his move. He's starting to roll. Sovereignty is getting closer. At this point, Sandman is starting to tire, and Hill Road takes over fourth place. They head towards home, coming down to the stretch. Moplex running out of gas. Sovereignty, Baeza overtakes him. Sovereignty getting closer, trying to grind it out. Now the question is, can he make up enough ground? Does he have enough real estate at 1 1/8 to catch Baeza? And does he have enough real estate to catch Moplex? This point, Sandman is out of it. They're getting close to home. And Hill Road making up ground, closing on the leaders, getting closer. Head for home. Right before the finish, coming maybe 100 yards out or so. Now the question is, it's pretty clear at this point that Sovereignty is not going to catch Baeza. Okay, now the question is, does he catch Moplex? They're nearing home. Baeza wins the race. Baeza wins the race. What are his odds going to be? He opens 3-1. I see him closer to 8-5, and Sovereignty probably 4-5 or so. So Baeza takes the race. The question is, does Sovereignty catch Moplex? For second place, I think it's a coin flip out of those two. It's really hard to say. Second place, either to Moplex or to Sovereignty. And get this, if Sovereignty doesn't make up that ground, if he doesn't catch Moplex, maybe Hill Road sneaks into third. Or the other ending is maybe Moplex tires completely and Hill Road slips into fourth. Okay, so I could see the finish being number 1 Baeza, either number 3 or 5 for second. And for third, I'd put 3, 4, and 5 as my third place finishers. The alternate ending. Here's the alternate ending. I don't see Baeza finishing worse than second. And if anyone beats him today, I see it being Moplex, the number 3, wiring the field. Okay, just such a big early pace edge. We've seen it happen. Opens 10-1. What are we going to get on him? I think his odds are going to be closer to 8-1, 7-1, somewhere in there. I hope we get 10-1 on him. How will I play this? I'll begin by saying, if I'm going to play an exacta, maybe I'm not going to focus on exacta here, and I won't use Sovereignty in the exacta. I do a 1-3 box if I had to, so maybe I'll throw a buck or two on it, right? 3-5, 1-3 finish. How will I play the trifecta? I'd lead like this. I would go, I like 4 best to come into third, but who knows? Maybe they tire. maybe Moplex takes everybody off their game, and somehow Hill Road sneaks into second. We'll have that covered. How do I like the trifecta? I could play it this way: 1-3, Baeza and Moplex over 1-3. I'm just thinking 1-3. Okay, let's take it one step at a time. 1 over 3, 4, 5. 1 over 3, 4, 5. Now I could flip it around, and I could put 5 second, and I could put 1-3, and I could put 5, 3, 5, 1, 1, 1, 3, 4. Something along those lines. Something along those lines. But my key winner here is number 1, Baeza. The horses I like best for second. 3, Moplex. Number 5, Sovereignty. And I'm hard pressed to choose between the two of them. And I'll back it up. I'll back it up maybe with a 3-5 and then 3-5-4-6, something along those lines. What about Sandman, the number 2 choice? He's the worst of the 3 closers. Pretty, he can be a spotty horse. By his form cycle, he's been going good race, bad race, good race, bad race, and whatever, and he's due for one of his lesser performances. So I think he's going to be, out of the trifecta, Sandman. And 4, I could see 4, Hill Road possibly sneaking into second. Maybe getting in a good shot to sneak into third, and he's the priciest horse in the field. So what do you think? Who do you like in this race? Leave it in the comments down below. All right, big day of racing today. Let's get this done. Pow! We got this, baby. I love these picks. Let's get it done. Best of luck today. Win big, and may the horse be with you.